Welcome to Just a Tip with Jake and Timmy. What's going on, everyone? Jake here with Uncommon EDC.
What's up, Timmy from Tim School of Fish? How's everybody
Welcome to
doing?
Just a Tip. How's everyone doing?
I was just telling you, Jake, we got a hurricane coming our way. I hope everybody else out there is doing better than that. So we're keeping an eye on that. We might have to have school cancellations and stuff, but as it is right now, I think it's just going to miss us unless it changes course a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully you're able to dodge that.
Yeah, I hope so too. I see some of the regulars in the chat and a few people coming in. Marco's here. Jeff is here. Stacy, hello. El Cap Addict.
Tony hopped in the chat. What's going on? Late night for you.
Yeah, man. You stay up late, don't you?
Yeah, we were just talking about this. He was saying he's a night owl too. So.
Oh, really? Are you a night owl? You stay up late?
Yeah, I usually I'll try and go to bed during the week around like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. and then I get up around 10. So I still get my like 7-8 hours, but I just have kind of a weird schedule. I've always been that way.
I wish I could do that, but I can't because I'm up early. So normally, like, I'll go to bed at like 9 o'clock, but like the last couple weeks or so, it's been closer to like midnight, something like that. Yeah. So I was on Casey's. I was driving this afternoon, and I had popped Casey's little live stream on the phone while I was driving, and he mentioned that short that I made about the Benchmade shootout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he thought that was pretty funny, where I said I would trade it for a $6 Rough Rider or some shit. I don't even remember what I said. I was just giving them hell. Yeah,
they just did the new mini Narrows is out now. And so the original one was like, I think 580, and the mini is, I want to say 504 for the non-DLC and then 522 for the DLC coded, which is just insane. I think we lost him for a second here, but I'm sure he'll pop back on.
Well, that didn't take long for my internet to start crapping out.
Luckily, you got back real quick. That Beaver Baron, Radio Geek.
Is that what you were talking about while I was away?
Yeah, the Narrows and the mini Narrows. So the mini Narrows just came out, and it's like 504 for the non-DLC, and then I think 522 for the DLC.
And on the Benchmade website, of course, the MSRP is 560.
Right.
Was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's insane.
At least you're getting like some titanium handles instead of FRN in this case.
Yeah. Is the Narrows FRN? Like
no, Narrows is titanium or DLC code titanium.
I got you. I was like, that's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, so what do you think? Do you think there is a point? I was thinking about this today. I was watching Gideon's stuff, and I like his channel. I think I've mentioned it before because his takes are different. Like, he just looks at things from not a bad perspective, but not like every other knife channel,
right.
And not even like mine, where I just go through the fit, the finish. Yeah, it looks great. It feels good. I like it. Sometimes he does some deep dives. I was watching one of his videos today, and it got me thinking, do you think there's a point of diminishing returns on a knife with regard to the price?
Yeah, for sure there is, but at the same time, I think at the point we are in the hobby right now, I think you're at around 400 knives. I'm at around 500. We don't buy knives logically for the point of diminishing return. We buy knives that we like. We're overspend on them for sure, and I think we can acknowledge that and still think that they're expensive or think that we've passed the point of diminishing returns. But for sure, there's a point of diminishing returns. You're not getting $500 extra use out of a Benchmade Narrows versus, a $25 Ontario rat, or I guess $50 nowadays. But you're not getting $500 in extra value. But I still like them. I'll still pay
Right.
for that, and that's one of the big reasons why I don't really talk about price anymore. I try not to say this is worth it or it's not worth it, because what we value in a knife is so different from everyone else. What I value in a knife is different from you, and we're on the same show every week, but we like
Yeah.
different things. And don't know that it's really worth like saying, okay, this knife is worth it, because it may be to me and it may not be to you.
Right. Right. And that's not going to change, right? Especially
Yeah.
for like us, that we're just going to buy knives that we like, and that's the end of it,
Yep. Exactly.
So Armageddon, yeah, we are prepared. I kind of expect school to be canceled. We're kind of right on the edge of the cone at the moment. If it shifts any to the west, then it could get pretty hairy here. But we're prepared, and I hope everybody is, because I'm sure it's going to get stronger quicker. What's this say? I have the Vosteed parallel.
Yeah.
I some channels kind of start to talk about that whole diminishing return thing. Best Damn EDC Taylor did the video comparing the he did a torture test of the Ozark Trail Benchmade clone, whatever you want to call
Right.
it, against a regular Benchmade, and he was kind of talking about cost benefit type stuff.
Right.
I would like to see somebody like, have you ever seen Cutting Board RX, CBRX's channel?
I don't think so, actually.
It's really cool. He's an engineer, and so he does some deep dive shit on there. Like he'll sit down and do freaking trigonometry to figure out an edge angle.
Right.
Like he's that type of guy. I would like to see him do like a cost benefit analysis study to see like how much more edge retention do you really get from MagnaCut versus a 14C 28N.
Right.
And then compare that to the price difference between MagnaCut and 14C. I know that's probably incredibly difficult thing to do, and control all the variables, but it's kind of it's one of those things. If the edge lasts 25% longer, but the knife cost 70% more,
right,
then people can't really say, oh, well, I'm buying MagnaCut because of edge retention. Well, at that point, you can't really say that, can you?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, there's definitely a point of diminishing returns, and differences in steels are not what they used to be, I don't think, in terms of budget steel versus premium steels. I think they're a lot closer in that regard. But at the same time, again, it's just kind of what you value. Like something like this from the Hawk Shortcut. These are $580. It uses a standard utility blade. So there's absolutely no extra benefit to this. It's just something that I like. I thought was cool, has their fun little pocket clip that's basically a chip clip. And, there's no extra value here besides the materials and the innovation and design, and just kind of something that's cool that I like.
I love that clip, though. I would like to see that clip design on more knives.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. I mean, you can get it on other Hawk designs, but you're spending insane amounts. I think we lost Timmy again, but he should snap right back. I'm sure the weather has a little bit extra effect. Let's show something. Got in these. I just did a video on them, so a little bit repetitive here, but the Rough Rider 8-inch Stockman and Trapper, and they're just insane. So much fun. Just looks absolutely crazy in a hand. Once you get that perspective on table, it doesn't look that crazy, but when you hold them in hand, it's basically holding a little mini folding sword.
That's insane. Hold it with one hand, like you're holding it to use a knife. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I watched your video on it. You said you can get two hands on it. That's like a freaking wakizashi sword.
Exactly.
That's insane. And it's pretty damn heavy too, isn't it?
Yeah, the Trapper is even heavier, which is funny because that's the 2-blade one, but weighs 19.75 ounces, so a little bit over a pound.
That's wild. That's freaking insane.
Yeah. I think it was Kathleen said you need TK's hamster wheel for your internet.
It's freaking ridiculous. And it seems like every time we do the show on your channel, there's a storm in the Gulf. Like, and the weather sucks. And that doesn't help. Let's see. The best Magna Cut is still only like the very bottom end of S30V. I avoid Magna Cut. Yeah, S30V is a great steel. Somebody was talking about that the other day, about how it might have been Metal Complex, about how we just sort of forget about other steels like they're just absolutely no good at all.
Right.
And that's not true. I do not love Stockmans. You freaking know that. Tell them about those new Rough Riders again. Those are the new 30-year anniversary big ass.
Yeah, so their RR2647 is a Trapper, RR2648 is a Stockman. And so 8-inch handle. This one's probably around 14 inches in overall length with the clip point. The Trapper, both blades are 6 1/4 inches, so you're about 14 1/4 inches overall.
And what was the price on those? Like $40?
$30.
30?
$29.99.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, here's the Trapper with that clip point blade extended here.
I like those covers. Is that
Pakawood?
Is it Pakawood? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Blue on one, black on the other.
And I like those bolsters too. They got the threads and the pinch.
Yeah, pinched and thread, and they also have the serialization on there. I don't know how many they made though. So this is 382.
Yeah,
but yeah, I have no idea how many they made.
What's the etch on the blade say? 30
so there's a different one on each blade, but this one has both spellings of Rough Rider, and then I think it says always hand built and backed for life.
Nice. They're going back to the Rough Rider spelling with the RI, I think.
Are they going back? I know the box had a bunch of those old shields, but I didn't realize they were moving back towards that direction.
I think that I heard him say all of the ones starting in 2025 are going to have the go back to the RI spelling. I'm sure some of them will still roll in with the RY spelling, and so there'll be a while where it's both.
There's a little bit of crossover for sure.
Yeah, you know how that is. What's up?
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll eventually do a Barlow in these.
Yeah, that would be cool. I might have to get that one.
Yeah,
the big ass Barlow sword.
Yeah, yeah. Before I was thinking about like extremes in knives, and the one that came to mind was the Corvid. And so this is the Corvid XL, but then there's also the Mini.
That's crazy.
And then they have the standard size, which I think came out after. Originally, it was just the XL and Mini. But here's the standard size versus the XL. And so that's kind of what it reminded me of, but they're so much bigger than even the XL.
Do you have that little fixed blade?
No, not yet.
The Corvid fixed blade?
I don't.
How big is that Mini? It looks like total length is
probably
less than 5 inches.
Probably an inch and a half blade length, if I had to guess.
That's wild.
Maybe under 4 inches in overall length.
You could put does that have a lanyard hole? You could put a little key ring on. That could be a keychain knife.
Yeah, for sure. I'll actually have a measuring tape here. Let's see. Not going to be able to hold it up, but the blade length is 1.25 inches. Overall length is about 3.5 inches.
That's crazy. Yeah. What's up, Greg? Greg's in the house.
Yeah, Greg, how's it going? Andrew, I don't know if I said hi to you yet. What's going on?
Baxter, what's up, Andrew?
Ooh, which reminds me, I've got to make him a mod over here. We did it on your channel, but I haven't updated mine yet.
Oh, yeah. So, we've got a new Blackwater Knife Company knife.
Let me blow you up.
Dropping soon. This is the first one. So, a couple changes on this one from the Snook. We've got the Blackwater logo on the sheath. We're going to go with the loop instead of the two Kydex belt loops. And so this one is a swayback Warncliffe with a hollow grind. It is 7.875 inches overall, 3.75 inches on the blade, 4 1/8 or 4.125 on the handle. And the sway, it's not super deep, right? Because I didn't want it to be uncomfortable for people, you know, but I definitely wanted a swayback, and I wanted it to be a little bit bigger than the snook. But this freaking hollow grind comes down so thin behind the edge.
Nice.
It's like, I tried to measure it with my calipers. It's like 12 thousandths behind the edge. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I don't worry about that because Jacob does such a good job on his heat treat. You know, some people will say, oh, that's too damn thin behind the edge for that knife. But I disagree. I have 20 of his knives, and he gets them all super thin behind the edge. So that's coming soon.
Nice. And I know you did it as kind of the budget option, but I love the natural micarta on it.
Yeah. So we're going to have 4 handle variants on this one. We did natural micarta, just the natural canvas micarta, and that is going to be the cheapest option. Then we also did this. It's called Fire micarta. It's kind of layered red and black. So that's going to be a little bit more expensive because that micarta is more expensive. And then we're going to do 2 different fat carbon handles. One of the fat carbon handles is not going to have liners, and the other one is. So I think that the fat carbon, one of them is going to be Nebula, right? That everybody loves. And the other one, I think, is Pines Peak, which is a new fat carbon. It's kind of a green, white, and black sort of splatter is the best way I can explain it. And it has the cobalt blue underliners, just like the snook had, which sounds weird. Like you would have a green based fat carbon with blue underliners on paper, or when you hear it, it doesn't sound like it works. Like, you know, it looks good.
Right. And those are going to be a very good knife company, Kathleen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a kind of estimate of when you're shooting for on those ones?
Before Christmas. So October, hopefully sometime. Yeah. So there he is. Just
in time, Jacob? We're just talking about you.
Yeah. We were just talking about the bonefish. So I know he was working on them today. We don't have a drop date set yet, but I know they're coming soon. And then, you know, I'm going to do some videos and some newsletters and try to get the word out a little bit more. What's up, Izzy? Izzy won the giveaway.
I saw that. Congrats, Izzy.
Yeah, congrats, brother. He won the, damn, my brain. 3 Rivers Manufacturing Redline fixed blade. That should be there in a couple days, my friend.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah, so Kathleen, as long as Very Good Knife Company is making blades, he's making my blades, you know, as long as he'll keep doing it, because he does fantastic work and you just can't beat it. Just can't beat it. Sure. I know there's plenty of people out there that can do it and would do it, but nobody else is doing my knives. So
yeah. So random one is, I did a video on this one a long time ago now, probably like 5 or 6 months ago. The Indian Head Stockman. This one was made in Solingen. And
that's nice.
This was made by C. Risner, Clarence Risner.
Is that bone?
No, it's like acrylic type material.
Oh, okay.
But did you see that he just announced they're doing a new Indian head, and it's
No, I
dropping
didn't.
this Friday? Let me pull it up on Instagram real quick. Yeah, it's
Oh
going to be
no, I didn't
dropping
see
this
it.
Friday. Definitely going to try and get in on it. Looks very,
I
very
saw that
nice. So
he's
these are
got
being
some.
made by GEC, and you
Oh
can see they
hell
come with
yeah.
the traditional pocket knives pin and the C. Risner Indian head pin, the stickers, and then they have this red pearl acrylic. And then I'm
Ooh.
guessing this is some sort of, I'm not sure what this other one is. Oh, smooth red camel bone. I was going to say maybe a micarta, but yeah, smooth red camel bone. Really, really good looking. Definitely going to try and get in on that one. Because the one I
I
have, it's probably from the late 80s, maybe like 1988 or so. And so I don't know that there's been many runs since then. So definitely want to try and get in on this.
Yeah, I like that swell center pattern too. That's freaking sweet.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, super excited about that one dropping this Friday at I think 10, I want to say.
Oh wow. What's the price on those? Do you
I'm
know?
not sure. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty consistent with like GEC pricing. So if I had to
Yeah.
guess, they'll probably be like 180.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something like that, close to 200.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there might be a little bit of a markup since he's having to pay them for it and then
yeah,
kind of make his profit. So I wouldn't be surprised to see 200 on him.
yeah, that those are sweet. No, I didn't know anything about that. I know he's dropping some GEC tomorrow. There's two,
Probably.
three.
He usually does a lot
Okay.
on Fridays, like wider drops on Fridays.
Yeah. Um,
I know at Blade Show he had some prototypes for some modern traditionals, some more similar to the last couple he's released that
yeah,
he's hoping to get out around the end of this year for the first one, I thought. So we may be seeing at least one more release from him.
yeah. I know. I talked to him when we were at Blade Show about that, and he said he had a new one coming, and it was his best one yet. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that because I really love this one, the Lake Champlain Barlow.
Oh yeah.
That is, God, that is so freaking good. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect size. I mean, he nailed it on that one. So if it's better than this one, it's going to be damn good. I knew that.
And that's good to know. Byron just said that he has them on sale for 150 and seconds for 120.
That is a steal. That is a
Yeah.
great knife. I can recommend that at both of those prices, and I'm sure the seconds are, you
Right.
know, there's like nothing
Mostly
wrong with them.
cosmetic stuff, yeah.
Yeah, some cosmetic blemish that you probably can't even find, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
So
I've been pretty lucky with cosmetic second stuff where it's like I rarely can ever find what's wrong with it.
yeah,
Yeah. I did the NAF sale and I ordered two sets of scales thinking like, okay, well, I'll just get them and it'll have like a blemish on one side and the other one will have it on the other side. Didn't even consider the fact that like they could both have the blemish on the same side and I don't end up with a full set. Luckily, I lucked out and got a complete set out of it, but
nice.
just like, oh, I'll just order two and have a complete set. But could have
Oh
easily gotten
shit.
two with bad right scales, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't have a ton of new stuff. So I got this in the other day, the bonefish, but
Yeah.
I'm really loving this little freaking X-Talc seed. And I know
Hmm.
you got one of these too.
Yeah.
This is like freaking $20 on Amazon. I love this little freaking thing. I mean, it's like a three-finger knife. I think it's what, 6.5 inches
Yeah,
overall.
exactly.
But I did a video on this. So on my desk, I keep certain desk knives for opening packages, shipping all those boxes for the pass around group and giveaways. And they're all right about this size, like
Yeah.
the mini nightshade. The what do you call it? Mini sheep. What the hell is
Sheepdog.
this? Sheepdog. Yeah, mini sheepdog. Uh, and then the whoops fail. The Vosteed Acorn, which is a
Yeah.
little bigger, but very similar knife. It's about a half inch bigger. And then the Tempest Microburst, about a half inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch bigger. But all of those sit right here on my desk, and this fits fits in perfectly with those knives and how I use them.
Nice.
And what these are like? What, $20 on Amazon?
Yeah, I think with the coupon they end up at 19.
Yeah,
They
what
go
a
from like
steal.
22 to 19. Yeah,
And
and they're good. The action is so good on them. I was surprised how
man.
smooth they're.
And this micarta is good too. I mean, that's like some good canvas micarta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it.
Is the inlay around the pivot? Is it G10 or micarta?
I think it's G10.
I was thinking it was originally micarta because there's not a huge texture difference, but it is harder. Like if you push down on it, it's
Yeah.
definitely harder.
Yeah, I think it's G10. And that's
But either
pretty
way,
cool.
I like it.
I mean, the fit and finish around there is perfect. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I
not all
mean?
like
You
chewed
would,
up or anything. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's sanded down perfectly. I mean, they nailed it. So I know they've got some other stuff before this was released that's been around for a while, but they nailed it on this one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do next.
Yeah, I have another knife from them on the way. Hopefully, it'll be here this week. I have a lot of stuff on the way, but not a lot that's got here.
Yeah,
Really,
I did.
just got a big order of Hankson from Gondek, their last week's release. So we got the canvas camo. So we have the Arctic camo and the regular camo, both in canvas instead of their normal material.
Oh, I like that, like heavy duty.
This new skull motorcycle one with the little banners. The Elements knife.
Oh, that one's cool.
And then these next two are actually for my wife, but Goosebumps one.
Yeah.
And the Freddy Krueger.
Nice.
Yeah. This one's not from this week, but also recently got this one in. I don't know if he's in the chat, oh father, but this one's from Junkin Genius. So it's not going to show up. Here we go. And a cool like 90s sweet style print.
Yeah, I got one of her big ones over here too.
Hey Rolf, what's going on?
Where did I even get this? Oh, was it? I think.
Did you buy it at Blade Show?
No, I think this was part of the giveaway that I won on Big Red EDC's channel. I think.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Was in there. So that's a Junkin Genius Hank, and it's pretty sweet. And yeah, I like it. I like it.
Nice. No, these ones aren't Hank of the Month. They're just their regular shop, so you can buy them right now. They dropped this week. So they do weekly design drops that aren't exclusive to the club. Actually, I think this week's drop is pretty cool. They partnered with someone to do like wooden trays, and you can get any of the fabric lining the wooden trays. I don't know if you saw those, really? But they're pretty sweet looking. They have 3 different sizes.
No, I didn't see those.
I'll try and find them.
The October Hank of the Month hasn't come yet, is he?
No.
I sent you the August and September Hank of the Month with that fixed blade that you won. Oh, Randy says he's been using his uncommon EDC Hank.
Nice. I need to get more of those made. I'm out of them already. I think I originally made 10 and they had some extra fabric, so we made a couple more, but ran out of them pretty quick. But yeah, these trays look pretty sweet. They're wooden trays with different liners.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And let me scroll down to the next one. So they come in different sizes too.
Yeah, I like those. I've got my little leather one sitting right over here.
Nice.
Hang on, my wife is blowing up my cell phone.
All right. Yeah, feel free to take care
of
whatever you need to.
Room.
What else do I have? Oh, go ahead.
I got an old timer fix up. See, I'm so used to saying fixed blades because you guys know that I love the old timer fixed blades, and I have all the China ones. I have all the USA made ones except for a couple, which are a little expensive. They're out there, the ones that I need, but most of them are in bad shape, and the ones that are in good shape are a little pricey. So I never had any interest in the old timer slip joints. I know there's some people out there that love them, but I really like this one. It's called a Land Shark, and they never made a USA version of this one. So I was like, I really like that little coping blade and that little easy open. Let me just get this, and then, I won't have to get any more. Well, of course, now I already know that I'm going to be chasing some of the USA ones, so that's another rabbit hole that I'm going to be going down. I know I am. I avoided it for a long time. But yeah, I got to have more of these.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of rabbit holes, you mentioned another one before the show. Is that another one you want to talk about or not yet?
Yeah, so I'm going to do a video on this, but so I like watches, but I have probably 15 watches. None of them are really expensive. Probably the most expensive one is like $200. But I typically like diver style watches on the bracelet, analog. I don't care so much about the movement. I mean, quartz movement is fine with me because it works and it keeps good time. This is typically my style of watch. Well, after last week when we had Jim Skelton on the show and we went off on a tangent on watches, I started watching Casio watch videos. And of course, I had to go out and get some flipping Casio watches. And so, whoops, wrong one. So now I'm going down this Casio watch rabbit hole. And the funny thing is, so these are dirt cheap, most of them. They have some more expensive ones, but Casio watches are actually respected in the watch community. I mean, nobody tries to pretend that they're something they're not, but it's not like in the knife community where people say, well, it's cheap China junk.
Right.
They don't say that about Casio watches. Oh, it's cheap Japanese junk. I mean, even some of the watch channels that have some of the most expensive watches in the world love their Casio watches. So yeah, I got some, and they just remind me of middle school and high school in the 80s.
Yep.
Right? Like the calculator watch from Back to the Future, the original G-Shock watch from Mission Impossible, all that shit. So yeah, I'm going down that rabbit hole, and I showed my wife. I was like, you like my Casio watch? And then I was playing with the little, and she was like, what are we 14 again? And I was like, yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm almost exclusively mechanical watches, hardly any quartz at all, but really like a Casio or Casio style watches. I mentioned before the show too. County Com has their SOP Mod 2s, which are basically Casios, and so I love those too, but mostly mechanical. But did recently pick up a quartz, which was really surprising to me, which was the Mission to the Moon.
Hang on, let me pop that up there. Nice.
Mission to the Moon. And so these have been around for a little bit. They did a collaboration, Omega and Swatch, obviously owned by the same parent company. And they did a bunch of them, but you could only get them in stores previously. And so 4 of the models are now available online. Closest store to me is San Diego, which is still about a 2-hour drive or so most days. A little bit less if you go off traffic hours, but haven't been able to pick one up. They finally came available online, so I ended up ordering one. But it's the first quartz watch I've ordered in I don't know how long.
Yeah. How do you, I know they're pretty freaking popular. I mean, I've been watching watch videos lately, and I hear that one come up a lot.
Yeah, so I dig it. It does feel cheap. It's got the bioceramic, and so it's like 70% ceramic, 30% recycled materials. It's super lightweight and kind of cheap feeling, but it feels good on the wrist. I even like the strap. A lot of people don't like the strap, but I actually like the strap.
Is on it?
It's got this like Velcro
Oh, okay, like a field
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
style strap.
Yeah. So it has that Velcro strap that a lot of people aren't a fan of, but I actually dig it.
So I haven't worn a strap in 30 years, 35 years. Every watch I've owned has been a bracelet.
Right.
It's just my style. And I thought I was going to hate it, but I don't. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it's super freaking light. I thought my wrist was going to get all sweaty and not able to breathe, but I don't know. I dig it. So, yeah, that's a new rabbit hole. But my fear is, okay, I can play around with cheap Casios and I can collect some of the classics, right? The F91 or whatever
Right.
it's called, the calculator watch. I can get the G Shock 5600. I can get the World Timer, and I can get all of those for $150 out of my pocket. No big deal, right? And
Right.
even some other ones. But I know what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
Everybody knows what's going to happen. Then it's going to be, Seikos and then freaking Omegas and then Rolex,
Yep.
or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis has
So
a pretty cool watch collection. He actually did a video a while back. I don't know if he's added watches since then of his entire watch collection. Definitely check that out too.
I like that. I don't even know who makes it. Hammerhead? Is it called a Hammerhead, Dennis?
Yeah, with
Something.
that like blue.
Yes. Ooh, that's fire. I love that
It is.
freaking watch. And I
Yep.
saw it on his channel. Yeah, but Baxter, you can wear G-Shock. You can wear a G-Shock watch. They're rated up to Hulk smash. So
Exactly. Yep, the Zelos Hammerhead in titanium, you said.
which one is that? AMW 320R. So I'm assuming that's a watch, and it sounds like a Casio watch, and I think it's one of those metal square ones that looks like the F91, except it's metal. Is that right? Maybe. Zelos Hammerhead. That's it, bro. Freaking love it. That shit. When you get
yeah,
tired of that
nice.
watch,
Plain face.
yeah, when you get tired of that, send it my way, bro. I'll take good care of that one for you. And that it's not too terribly expensive. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, super clean.
Yeah, it is. I like that case too. It's like not round. It's like
Yeah. It's got the digital
12-sided or
display on the
something.
bottom too.
Yeah. Of course, I want they call it the Casio Duro. So you watch guys, forgive me because this shit's all new to me, but they call it the Duro. I don't know the model number, but it's their version of a diver. I like that one a lot, and they come in a shit ton of different colors and stuff. And that one's only like $50, so I'll be grabbing that one.
Nice. Yeah, it's a dangerous hobby. I got into I had a 5-watch case, and as soon as I passed that, I started replacing the watches first because I'm like, okay, my taste in watches have changed since I was younger. I had a lot of like Nixon and Fossil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I filled that up, and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to move to a 12-watch case. And when I fill that up, I'm done buying watches. And I was for like a few months, but then you get one more, and you're like, okay, well, I need another case anyway. I might as well fill that one up. And you just start getting more and more of them.
So this, Stacy, is an Invicta Pro Diver, which of course is based on the Rolex Submariner. But I would argue that every diver watch is similar to the Rolex Submariner. So Invicta gets shitted on a lot because they do make some ridiculously stupid, just ugly ass watches with like a 52 millimeter case that's just massively huge. But these Invicta Pro divers, people respect them. Yeah, that Casio Duro, it's similar to this. I'm definitely getting that. It's only like $50 too. So
yeah, I didn't mention that too. I know Stacy mentioned the Eco Drive watches. Have a few of those as well. They're not mechanical, but I love the Eco Drive because you don't have to ever charge them. I have a watch top with the glass case underneath the lamp, and so they're just always charged and set. And that's kind of the advantage to the quartz watches too. minus
Yeah.
having to change the battery from time to time. But yeah, love the
Well,
EcoDrive watches.
70 millimeter. Can you imagine? That's like a clock face.
Right.
That's ridiculous. That's
Some
why
Flavor
people.
Flav style.
That's why people shit on Invicta. Because they do stupid shit like that. They've got some really great ones, but then they just, I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, the Pro Diver is a good one. And who uses a chronograph? I don't even fucking know what it's for except to just look cool. Extra doodads.
Yep. All right, Jason, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
So here's the thing about Swatch. I remember when Swatch first came out. I think it was the early 80s. I want to say 83 or 84. I'm probably the oldest person here. But I remember when they first came out and they were all the rage, and I was like in freaking 7th or 8th grade. And of course I had one. And at the time, and they still are, just resin, plastic, quartz watches.
Right.
They still are, but Swatch owns freaking everything now. They own like 25 brands or something like that. It's ridiculous. They just took over the whole freaking watch world. I had no idea. I was like, Swatch? The plastic ass little colors of Benetton, all them crazy colored watches? Yep.
Sure, they own quite a few brands now. And that's what's kind of cool about this Omega collaboration, because you get the dial that's usually around $3,000 for less than $300, You're not getting the movement, obviously, but still get the dial.
But I don't know.
And oh, sorry. I was going to say to Andrew, the pocket watches are still around. We just talked about them a little bit last week. I came across the company. I don't remember the name of it right now, but someone may know in the chat. But they take old like 70s, 60s pocket watches and turn them into wristwatches.
No shit.
And they're super cool. I want to grab one.
Baxter, they do still make pocket watches. I think you asked about that last week when Jim was on the show. They do, but I couldn't tell you any reputable brands. You know what I mean? I know you can go on Amazon and shit and find fuck that. Fuck off. That's a little inside joke. So, there's some dude on Instagram. I don't even know his name, but he makes some of the most ridiculous shit. It's just like a little block of freaking micarta or G10 or something. And he's just like, check this out. And everybody loves it. And I'm not poo-pooing on anybody that does love it, but I'm just like, so I'll send pictures of it to Jacob, and I'm like, we're in the wrong business, bro. We just need to take your scraps, scrap pieces of micarta, and just sand them down into little circles and sell them for $100. What are we even doing?
What are you guys doing? Quit messing around.
What are we doing? Fucking around with knives.
I love little doodads, so whatever it is, I'm sure I'd love it. Check this one out.
That's why I
homemade doodad.
No, but that's like freaking Tactical Bro cool right there.
So these are actually Kubotans from Countycom. So they're like glow in the dark UGM Kubotans. And my wife tied some paracord in the middle, did these snake knots on there, turned them into a pair of nunchucks. They glow in the dark. Super fun.
She did a damn good job on that paracord too. She's like, whoops, we did it again. So I was going to say, Stacy said she remembered, she's 50, and she remembered Swatch watches. Yeah, you remember, we were like in middle school. You were probably in like 6th grade or something. I was probably like in 8th grade. And all of a sudden Swatch watches hit. And then, you know how it is. And then everybody had to have one. And I remember I was like, Mom, I got to have a Swatch watch. And she's like, what the hell is a Swatch watch? And I'm like, it's really cool. And it's colorful and it's really cool. And if you don't have one, you're not cool. Yeah.
Right. It's one of those.
One of them things, man. But then they took over the whole freaking watch industry, which is just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah. You know, Blade West is coming up in like 10 days or something like that. Is anyone going to be making it out?
I'm not. Benoit balls. we just got a YouTube strike. Or probably not, because YouTube promotes pornography.
Yeah, that's okay. Just don't mention
Yeah,
any.
just
Yeah,
don't show knives
right.
or firearms, but you can do whatever the naked try on videos that are constantly popping up.
Actually, speaking of something that blew my mind, is I went to a car and coffee show at my local gun range, and they had this Delta
Wait,
K9. Oh, go ahead.
how cool is that? That's the coolest thing I think I've ever heard. A car and coffee show at the gun range.
Right, and ProTech was there, so knives too.
Come on. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And so there was this Delta Canine Academy, recorded some videos of them doing like a dog bite demonstration, teaching or showing how they're trained to, like, if you touch them in the back, it'll jump you and stuff like that. And so I did a quick short on it, uploaded it. That has 80,000 views since last week. And the CPM on that is so much higher for dog bite stuff than for knives. Like,
Really?
that one's made, I think, around $20 in ad revenue versus the next closest short, which is on knives, that has like $3 in ad revenue.
Wow.
So they're really, really pushing down the knife ads.
Oh, they are big time. And it's funny too. I'll have a little run of a few days where all of my shorts hit. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
They just do well, and then it's almost like the YouTube algorithm picks up on it, and then all of a sudden, like 30 views on a short after 6 hours, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, seriously. And you know exactly what's going on. It's just the algorithm.
Yeah. One thing I noticed is that they got rid of the hashtag knife hashtag, which
they did.
Doesn't really matter, but you can't type it. It just won't populate. And so It used to be that it was like there's 126,000 videos with the knife hashtag, and now it just doesn't exist. You have to do like pocket knife or traditional knife or something like that.
I've been using hashtag Blade. Is still there, and it's starting to grow in total number of videos, and they haven't picked up on hashtag EDC knife.
Oh, okay.
So you can still do that one, and knife review, that one's still up, stuff like that. But
they I noticed it got deleted the day of that mass stabbing in the UK.
Yeah.
So I was using it up until that day, and then that day it was no longer there. So
yeah, exactly, Dennis. They're ridiculous. It's as soon as I think I got something figured out, they go and do whatever it is they do. I guess nobody's going to Blade. I guess nobody. Don't apologize for your tardiness, bro. Are you going to Blade West? I think I asked.
No, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about driving up there, doing some camping, but CCKS is like 2 or 3 weeks later. And just something came up the weekend before and the weekend after, so just got busy. So probably not going to go this year. I do want to drive out there probably next year, though. Maybe even make all 3 shows next year.
What's this? My mouse is misbehaving. Javon Knifelix has good luck making shorts of unusual novelty knives. Mini axe thing from Midgards. I don't have any Midgards, but those do seem to be really popular shorts. Things that are just not the normal pocket knife. Boot knives, neck knives, karambits.
The CRKT like Provoke's done really well for me. Balisongs do really well. And I'm not good at Balisong, so it's interesting because like a real Balisong person probably doesn't want to wash my shorts since I literally don't know how to do anything with the basic opening. But they still do very well for some reason.
My butterfly knife skill short did pretty good, where I clipped out the clip from Tombstone of Doc Holliday twirling the cup. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Where
I remember that video.
I was like, I've been practicing my butterfly knife skills.
I have to try that one next, Dennis.
Yeah, boobs do really well, but nobody wants to see my boobs. But we
Oh,
might
they're
have
not supposed to be
to.
ours?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Uh, we
dang.
might have to resort to that if they keep cracking down on knives. Speaking of camping, I had some company that I've never heard of. They're probably complete crap, but I'm going to take their free stuff anyway. Um, Reached out to me and is going to send me like a tent and a pack, and I think
Nice.
some trekking poles,
That's cool.
which is perfect. I hope they come in time for Georgia Bushcraft because I do have a couple tents out there, but they've literally not been taken out in since I moved in this house, which is almost 3 years now. So they're probably all musty, smelling. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
haven't been aired out or anything. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
that is
So
cool. I'm unless the weather's really bad, I like to sleep outside of a tent. It's like on a lawn chair
oh
or
really?
hammock. Um, it's kind of open sky.
I don't. I like hammocks, but I can't do it since I have my back surgery.
Ah, yeah, that'll
Just
do it. You
yeah,
feel out of
like
sort when you wake up.
yeah, sleeping like that. It's really comfortable while I'm laying there,
Yep.
but then there's no standing up or walking after that. So that's out.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that's cool. So I'm gonna get a free tent. I don't think that they're like weather rated, and I think they're
Right.
only like single ply. So it might not be great for the fall gathering of Georgia Bushcraft because I hear it gets pretty chilly there that
Right.
time of year. So I might have to break out my tents anyway, but we'll see.
That's cool though. It's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. Um, I'm still planning on going up there and doing that.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah, I've been planning to do more like non-tabletop stuff. The problem
yeah,
is that I don't edit. And so right
yeah,
now it's really easy for me to put out 5 videos a week because I just record them and then upload them. But if I
right,
have to start editing and take 5 hours of footage for a 20-minute video, it's just so
right.
much more of a commitment. And so
And
like I've
that's
even
why,
like done some of that stuff and like not covered shows because I just didn't want didn't want to do the editing. But really gotta set aside some time for that.
and that's why I don't. People, yeah. So Jacob lives not far from there, where they have the fall gathering of Georgia Bushcraft. So he's just driving home every night, and my old ass is going to be sleeping in a tent. Um, but I did speak to Jonathan from CB Tactical. You guys know CB Tactical.
Yep.
He's going to be there, so
Oh cool.
I'm gonna set up camp and hang out with those folks. So I'm not like that one loner guy in his tent over there in the corner. Oh, and I'm definitely taking some booze.
That's cool.
There will be some drinking going on.
That's fun.
And Jacob's going to bring me some of his home brew.
Ooh, is this true, Randy? If so, I might actually make the trip out there.
Oh, cool.
Wasn't planning on driving out, but may make some time if I can meet up with some people.
How? What did you say? That's about an 8-hour drive for you?
Probably like 8 to 10 hours, depending on traffic. Yeah.
That's not terrible. That's not too bad. That's about
Yeah.
the
No.
time you're ready to get out of the damn car.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, okay. Texas. Texas is a long drive for me. I'm going to be flying to Texas. I've driven to
Texas is a
Texas
long
twice.
drive for
It's
me.
like 20 to 24 hours, depending on what part of Texas.
So we
And that's
went
just the drive time.
to
That's with no stopping.
we went to where's University of Texas?
I'm not sure.
Keep something weird is their little slogan. Shit. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Hang on. University of Texas. They have a little saying, Austin. So they have these little bumper stickers and signs and shit everywhere that says "Keep Austin Weird."
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just their little saying. So Austin is like kind of in south central ish Texas, and I'm on
Right.
the Gulf Coast of Florida. And you wouldn't think it would be such a haul when you look
Right.
at it on the map. But I swear to God, from the time we hit the Texas line, just in East Texas, there is nothing for, like, I thought we were going to run out of gas. I was like, if we run it, like, hours would go by before we'd see even an exit. And I was like, if we run out of gas out here, it's going to be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We are screwed. There's like no
Yeah.
cell phone service. Like, it was ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like Buminati was saying, Austin is a weird city in Texas because so many people from California moving there and other places in the States.
Yeah.
They have that big trade show. I think it's called South by Southwest. It's like a
That's
tech
what
trade
we
show,
went
but
to.
they do a little bit of everything. And
South by
yeah,
Southwest is a music festival. They might have a tech trade
is it a
show,
music?
but we went to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
It's like,
thinking there's a lot of like tech companies that go out there.
they
So maybe I'm
probably
thinking of a
do.
different convention.
They probably do, but I mean, it's like freaking Bonnaroo. You know, it's like Coachella.
Right.
Except it's all over town. It's not like in a big field.
Gotcha.
Like at Bonnaroo, where you just everybody's camping on this big giant farm on top of each other. Yeah, Bonnaroo. I went to Bonnaroo a couple times, and it's in the middle of summer in Tennessee, and it is ridiculously hot. And after about 6 hours, it is probably the most disgusting place on earth, because there's hundreds of thousands of people there, all on top of each other, and just porta potties, and it's hot, and there's vomit and excrement everywhere. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I experienced it. I'll never do that again.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did I bring any other knives to show? Not really. I mean, I have random stuff on here, but nothing that's important to show. We got our Heretic Gin. Slip joint.
Here, let me pop it. Oh, that is so good, man. I love that.
A little modern slip joint. It does have a pocket clip on it. But it's a pretty cool one.
I love the blade on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's got a nice walk and talk on it.
Yeah, it looks good.
But
yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I've been messing with
so
that
I
one a
got
lot.
I got one from the pass around group that I am absolutely going to blast. So if you guys like my videos where I just give a knife hell, this one is going to get all kind of shit.
Is that Civivi?
Star Flare. Yeah, Civivi Star Flare. I absolutely hate everything about it. Everything.
That's funny.
I hate that Damascus is horrible. The button lock is squishy. They've got this weird crap on these aluminum scales that look like little comets or something. And I also don't like handles that get narrow. They just don't work for me. I don't know. I don't like what Civivi's doing recently. I used to think they were probably the best budget knives out there, but I don't anymore. That's probably... Did you hear my freaking Casio beep?
I did hear that.
Yeah, baby. My $12 Casio, it just beeped.
It's funny.
I don't know.
I didn't sign up for that one in the pass around group. Just wasn't appealing to me.
It's not appealing. I signed up for it because I need content where I can rant, because the people love it. The people demand Bad Timmy, and I'm going to give it to them. And that's what this is for.
Yeah, I'm so far behind anyway that I try and just like pick up knives that I think that I'm gonna like, because I have to squeeze. Like with the pass around, you have to kind of prioritize that knife because you need to get it off to the next person, and so you're pushing it up the list. And I'd rather prioritize knives that I think I'm gonna like. And so so far, I've really just been trying to get ones that I would probably buy anyway. Something I was thinking about grabbing, and good opportunity to check it out and see if I actually like it.
I know exactly what you're saying, and yes, hang on, you do. I'm telling you, it's the dumbest shit ever, and you're gonna love it, Andrew Baxter, because it's gonna remind you of middle school. I don't know how old you are, but you're in your 40s. You're probably getting close to 50. So you remember these. You remember these from high school. And when you get one, you're going to be like, now I. And plus, you're trying to live in the 70s anyway. Andrew Baxter and these came out, Casio came out in like 1974 or something like that. TK's house. That's what I think we should do for Blade Show Texas, is all just frickin' crash Thrifty Kniffy's house and just be like, we're staying here, bro. And we could just take tents.
Or we can get like an 18-room Airbnb and just have like a huge party house.
That would be pretty cool. That's really a good idea, actually. Yeah, so you remember Casio watches, man? Come on. You had one in middle school. I know you did. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying about that. But of course, the knives that I buy them because I like them.
Right.
Now, sometimes I might be disappointed a little bit, like it's not as great as I thought it would be, but sometimes I have to have ones that I can just blast on purpose, and that's what that is. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure. That's a good idea. We should do that for real. Like, see who all's going to Blade Show Texas, and I probably won't find an 18-room Airbnb, but we can probably
in Texas. You probably would.
You might. You might find one of them big old ranch mansions.
Yeah.
It's in Dallas, Fort Worth, right?
Yep.
Aren't there more millionaires in Dallas than anywhere in the United States?
Are there? I'm not sure.
It's up there.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, it ranks up there among where some of the richest people have homes. I know it's in the top 10. So yeah,
it definitely wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
I've got another Victorinox A-Locks on the way. It's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Which one?
Electrician with the little sheep's. It's got that little sheep's foot with the finger choker.
Yeah, and then
yeah. So I had to have that one. I was gonna get the Swiss Army 7 that has the little hawkbill.
Is that the one that's kind of hard to find here in the States?
Swiss Army 7, yeah. The 7 has that little hawkbill, and it's also got 2 blades and a saw. And it is sometimes hard to find. But then the electrician was marked down from like $57 to $44 right at the time I got my little gift card. And so I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to get this one anyway. I might as well get it now.
Nice.
Yeah. So that'll be here tomorrow. And I've got another watch that'll be here tomorrow.
Ooh.
So
another Casio?
Yeah, I'm going to start trying to do more EDC content because I've been picking up more EDC gear, watches. I've got a few flashlights. I mean, I have flashlights, but nothing that anybody wants to see. I don't
never know. I think you'd be surprised at the lights, lights that do well. Some of the ones that have done the best for me are ones that I didn't think, like the keychain lights seem to do really, really well.
I've got one of those that somebody is sending me. I think Brynite, the same company that sent me this headlamp. I've got a little keychain light on the way. I've got a few of these. They're made by Hausbell, Hausbell. It's not rechargeable or anything. It's a little EDC flashlight. It's just got like 3 modes: high, medium, low, and strobe. And then, so I mean, I do have flashlights. I mean, everybody's got flashlights, but I've got some new ones too. This little Rovivon A8.
Oh, I love Rovivon.
This is not.
Oh, it's not Rovivon.
No, it's Nikron, but it's the same thing as the Rovivon A8. And remember, I was telling you I wanted it because it has UV, and I grow all those vegetables, and the only way to see some of those caterpillars and insects is with UV. So, and it fits on my keychain. And so, anyway, I've been picking up more EDC stuff. So I'm going to try to start doing more EDC content. I got a little leather front pocket wallet,
Nice.
RFID blocking, because I've been carrying this one from CountyCom, this little
Yeah.
MarTac,
Or X-Pac one.
just a little, the little X-Pac little card wallet, and I keep a Hank on the other side.
Oh, nice. It's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's great. I know you've got one of these or something like this.
Yeah, I have a few of them actually, a few different colors.
So I switched from this is what I carried forever, was just a leather bifold, was always my go-to. And then once I started carrying this, I was like, because I've got a debit card, my driver's license, and a Hank.
Right.
And that's really all I need.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the like Dango or Ridge wallets. Never really been able to get into them, but I know they're popular. I like minimal front pocket wallets, but I feel like the hard wallet, you can kind of feel the shape of it a lot more than a soft wallet. But I kind of want to give them another chance, and so they pick up like a Dango or something.
I don't have any of those, but I don't think that I would like them for that exact reason. I mean, you can't carry it in your back pocket because it's hard. And in your front pocket, it feels like it would be uncomfortable as well because it's so rigid.
Right.
You know, I don't think I would like it.
Victorinox came out with one I was thinking about checking out. It's a little bit pricey for what it is, but it's like a mix of the Swiss card and one of those hard wallets. And so it's the hard wallet, but it has tools on the outside that pull out.
No.
I think it's around $100 though. So
yeah, but that sounds interesting.
Not much higher than a Ridge wallet, but still a little bit.
I wonder, could you get that through TSA? I wonder, could you carry that on a plane or not?
I don't think it has a knife in it. So it's got like a nail file, scissors, like a pen, the normal Swiss card tools. It may have a knife, but if it does, you can just remove it and pull it to the side, just like the Swiss card.
Throw it in your bag. That sounds like it would be something great for when you're flying. You know what I mean? When you don't want to carry a multi-tool on you, and they might not let you because a multi-tool has a blade. Something like that would be perfect. Dual purpose, and it eliminates some of the shit you have to carry because it's a wallet and a multi-tool in one.
Yep.
Yeah, so I wanted something a little nicer than that little X-Pac, and this one has 3 different card slots. It's also got a slot on the side and a money spot and a spot for your driver's license, and it's RFID blocking and leather. So
nice.
I wanted something a little nicer than that X-Pac stuff.
That's cool.
So I've got a bunch of shit coming in. A bunch of companies reached out to me like all at the same time. I don't know what happened. Like, as soon as I hit 4,000 subscribers, who was it? Cornbread over at Hunting for Hookers reached out to me, and he said, "Bro, shit's gonna start happening fast now." He said, "As soon as I hit 4,000 subscribers, everything went faster." That's like when everything sort of changed. And kind of the same thing for me. I've had a few companies that reached out to me, but it was just like hit or miss every once in a while, and it was usually something I wasn't interested in at all. I was like, no, not really. I don't want to review your surge protector power strip. Thanks, but no thanks,
Yeah, I've been getting a lot more of that lately. I think they must have some sort of distributor list where they just send you random stuff like, hey, do you want to review this box fan, this ceramic pots and pan set, this women's fashion hairpiece? It's just like all kinds of random stuff.
I mean, that would be cool to get that stuff sent to you for free, but are you going to review it on your channel? Like,
definitely not.
I'm not going to review it on my channel. So,
the weirdest one that I've gotten that was like a serious offer was a giant, like, realistic sex doll.
Come on.
And I'm like, how would I even review that? What would I talk about on my channel? Like, I can't even show half of it. You know what I mean? But it was like $2,800, and I was like, have you even seen my channel? Or like, where am I supposed to review this?
Dude,
Leaf
I
blower.
would have been so tempted to say yes, not to have the doll, but you could like,
I was
I don't
like, should
know.
it be like a channel mascot? I can put a chair next to me. I don't know.
Yes.
Uh,
And you can, I don't know, you can stab it with your knives or something, somehow work knives into it. But then, of course, you probably get freaking violence and whatever strike
predators.
on.
Yeah,
Kev,
exactly. It's like shooting on YouTube. You have to do like
yeah,
round targets. You can't do silhouettes because
yeah.
it can't be realistic simulated violence.
Kev from Devo reviewed a leaf blower. Kevin from Devo Knives, is that who we're talking about?
I think so. I remember he did one of those like rechargeable compressed air things, which I
Really?
was somewhat interested in for like myself, not really for EDC purposes. I guess you can like blow debris out of your knives or something, you can say, but I yeah, couldn't find a reason to use it for EDC, so I didn't get that one either.
So we've had Benoit balls, thanks to Very Good Knife Company, Sex Dolls, thanks to the other Jake, and now 8-inch Rough Riders,
Yeah.
never mind, from Byron. You guys are all perverts.
Yeah, Boo.
Yep.
He was on a few weeks back. He messaged me and he's like, "That's 8 inches soft," and I was like, "Yeah, 14 and a quarter on Blue Chew."
Oh, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Pool robots. Somebody review. See, it's
Ooh.
tempting when companies reach out to you where it's like a piece of gear where it's like if somebody wanted to send me a free leaf blower and it was decent, I might be tempted to say, "Well, hell yeah, send it to me."
Yeah, it just depends on like the type of channel too. I think
Right,
if you're regularly doing that sort of stuff and it's gonna resonate with people, why not take it? Um, I just feel like anything like too far out of my zone, it's not gonna do well anyway.
right. So I had a bunch of companies reach out to me and to the point where I had to legitimately craft an ethics agreement or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Before I was just like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm going to
yeah,
say what I want to say and I can't guarantee any number of reviews.
yep,
Feel free to send it. And that was kind of about any number of views. I can't guarantee that, you know?
right,
Um, so, but like, it seems like as soon as I hit 4,000, 8 or 10 different companies reached out to me. So I was like, look, I need to put something in writing. And a couple of them I turned down. So I did a I did a video and made a short of Trump Empire Cologne. So I had done back when Rich from True Budget EDC, I had done that video called a dumb reach.
right.
And
And then he
I
did like the
said,
open tag.
right. And so he thought it was funny. So he started an open tag. So then I responded to that open tag with like fragrant or Fragrance Friday or whatever the hell he called it. So
Right.
I did a review of Trump Empire Cologne, which, by the way, is fan freaking tastic. Not because it's Trump, but it's a great. I'm into fragrances. Okay, I
Right.
like fragrances, but it's not what I do on my channel. So I did it as a joke, and then I cut it up and made a short out of it. Um, and I had a company reach out to me last week that wanted to send me some women's fragrances to review. And so I'm like, do you even watch my channel at all? Like, no, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not gonna. Please don't send me any women's fragrances to review because that ain't happening.
Yeah.
But I will take a free 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting the ESO statement. Most companies I feel like are pretty open to it. I have had some turn me down, like multiple companies turn me down after sending that out. Um, I don't remember if I shared mine with you, but if anyone's on Discord and needs one, I'm happy to share the template that I use. I tried to revamp it like maybe 6 or 7 months ago to make it a little bit more basic. So
Yeah, email it
put
to
a lot
me
of work into
because
it.
um, email it to me.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm not going to do that, Randy. I'm not. I'm not going to review fragrances on my
It sounds like that's what the people want.
It's what the people want. They just want the most stupid shit out. My channel is going to turn into a parody of myself.
Yeah, we could do Tim's School of Women's Fragrances, third channel.
Uncommon sex dolls.
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna have to take my reviews over to the hub.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You guys are out of control.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gonna hold you to that, Andrew?
Yeah, so we were talking about that all bunking and getting up and getting a Airbnb for Blade Show Texas.
Yeah.
Let's leave Andrew Baxter off that list, please.
Yeah.
If he's going to be dressing in women's lingerie.
No, we got to record it so we can all get content for the channel.
What's it say? The question is, what men's cologne goes well with pipe tobacco? Tobacco scented cologne. There's a lot of them that yeah, so I know you meant that as a joke, but I'll go down that rabbit hole with you. Anything woodsy or spicy or, that kind of shit. Andrew Baxter, what do you mean you had cologne when you were 15? You don't like to smell good anymore? You like to be like Rich from True Budget EDC and smell like ass?
I don't see that
one. So
it's
funny. Oh, Stetson's a good one. You can't go wrong with that. Stetson Black is also a good one. Classic. Cedar is also very good. See, y'all, piss off, all of you. You got me talking about fragrances. I don't want to talk about fragrances. I'm a fragrance freak. So Rich from True Budget EDC sent me a message on Instagram the other day of his new cologne that he bought, and he wanted my opinion if it was good or not, and it is. Yeah. He picked a good one. A good one. Okay, so all right, and I'm done with this conversation after I address this.
We'll see.
So Duke Cannon, there's a soap company. I know y'all have heard of Duke Cannon.
Yep.
So they are the best, by the way, and they have a campfire one that is freaking awesome. Soap, like a bar soap, like a big ass brick bar of soap. If you've never checked out any of their stuff, it is awesome. Conditioner, beard conditioner, I use the cheap shit Alberto VO5 because it's pH balanced. That's what my barber told me. Just saying.
Nice. Since we're on the subject, a lot of these patch companies out there do these share the love patches. So you can't buy them, they're gifts, or maybe you enter like a giveaway for someone else and stuff like that. So I won this one as part of a giveaway where I tagged someone else. He won the matching pair. Let's see if it shows up here. Not sure if this is even allowed to, not sure if it's allowed to be shown on here.
It's a freaking dildo.
Sort of, yeah.
That's awesome.
And so it's their version of the Share the Love, Inkpot's version of the Share the Love patch. It's pretty funny.
That's rude. I freaking love it since we're on the subject.
Yeah.
So
that's gone forever now.
Ninja said Pops was Old Spice, and then Baxter followed up. Old Spice was the bomb. It's good shit. It's really good shit. I have some. I have a bunch of modern. I probably have 200 right now. Different fragrances. Yeah. Like I used to make my own and sell them on eBay. And I was making probably 40,000 a year on the side selling fragrances. And then eBay shut me down. They shut down my PayPal account. I had like 10 grand in that PayPal account that they seized because they hit me with like 250 copyright violations all at the same time. Wow. Basically all of my listings, they just hit them all at once. And then I tried to fight it. I said, it's really only one violation. Tell me to change it, and I will. They were like, no, it's 250 violations. You can't have that. I was like, it all
That's crazy.
happened. You just hit every listing. So anyway, because I would say something like, if you like Gucci black, try this, or
Mm,
something like that. If you like polo red, try this. Now, I didn't say smells like polo red. You know what I mean? I
right.
didn't pass it off as being polo red or whatever. I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
But I said, if you like a certain brand, and they said you can't even mention that brand. You can't
Wow.
even say a brand name. And so, yeah, I've got a bunch out there. If anybody wants any samples, hit me up. I'll send them to you. It's good shit. I mean, I was making 40 grand on the side, just making shit.
Yeah, I got to get back to professional sniffing for sure.
Yeah, like Joe Biden, Tommy Cologne. Yeah, back in the day when I was rocking my Casio watches, I wore that Tommy Hilfiger.
Nice.
Anyway, we went. That's another good one that I have. That's discontinued, by the way. You cannot get that anymore. And if you can find some of the original English leather cologne, not the aftershave, they're selling for ridiculous prices on eBay.
Really?
$300-400 a bottle for English leather.
That's
And
crazy.
that was what my dad wore all the time. And I still have a completely full bottle from like 1984 in my collection. And I wear it sometimes. That kind of shit, like those old classic ones, like Brute. I love Old Spice, English leather. Every once in a while, when the wife is not home, I'll just like bathe in that shit because it's nostalgic. You know, it like reminds me of when I was a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like comforting. It's like, oh, this reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly a scent can take you back.
Oh, it's kind of like music. Like when you hear a song, you remember not only like where you were, but like how you felt at the time.
Exactly.
Like, were you in a happy place? Were you depressed? Had you just broken up with your girlfriend? You know, shit like that.
Yep.
Like music has that same effect on me.
Yep. 100%.
So we went over time, but whatever.
Yeah.
And we didn't really talk about knives, did we?
Yeah, half the time. Got on a tangent for the last half.
And then we went off the rails. So
Yep.
yeah,
It happens.
we can keep going or we can shut it down.
Up to
Blackwater
you.
Knife Company. Blackwater Knife Company. Bonefish coming soon. Yeah, and so it's also got the new Very Good Knife Company branding on here. Shit, we did it again.
I'll let you do it.
Is that coming through?
Yeah, there it is. The arrow through. It's a little bit blurry, but
And it's also a lot cleaner and sharper because he was doing electrochemical etching, and this is laser engraved. He got a laser etcher, and so it is super clean and crisp. He's calling it Generation 2 Very Good Knife Company. So yeah, these are coming soon. Hopefully October, November. 4 different variants, 4 different price points, 2 different blade steels, natural micarta, fire micarta, and 2 different fat carbons. And then of course the new sheath with the Blackwater logo and the flexible loop.
nice.
So yeah, I'll do a bunch of shorts and videos and newsletters. And if you guys are interested, there's not a bunch, right? I'm not putting out 100 at a time because these are all 100% handmade, hand ground.
Right.
They're heat treated by hand, right? They're just small little drops. So if you have any interest in one of these at all, so this one's going to be less than 200, and then the fat carbon models will be 240, 250, something like that. Go to my website, subscribe to the newsletter so you get the exact day and time drop announcement. But I'll do several shorts and videos, and I'm also going to do a full review on this. So if anybody's interested,
Nice.
the best way to make sure you don't miss it is subscribe to the newsletter, and I'm not going to spam your inbox. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, and I just put the website in the chat. If you just scroll to the bottom, there's a section for signing up on the newsletter.
Yeah.
What's your oldest memory, Tim? Do you remember when you were that young? I was going to say, I think mine was probably in preschool, so it's about 4. Definitely don't remember when I was 2 or 3.
I have like snapshots, like the memories that I have from that young are not like clear memories. It's kind of like when you have a dream and then you wake up and you know that the dream was either disturbing or interesting, but you can't really explain why or what it was about. You ever have that feeling?
Yeah.
You know, so my old memories like that are like little snapshots, like still photographs, kind of like I remember what our house looked like when we lived in Spain, because like I was born in Spain, but I don't have memories from that. So like my first actual memory, I was probably 5 or 6, and remember being scared shitless riding on Space Mountain at Disney World. And I crawled down into the floorboard around my dad's feet.
Right.
I was terrified.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty similar there. Like I don't remember everything obviously from that age, but there's definitely like those core memories, I guess.
Yeah. I can remember the stupidest trivial shit, like, you know, random, like I can tell you when a song was released, who produced it, whatever. Oh yeah, that was 1978 and that was produced by Quincy Jones and it was written by the Everly Brothers. Did you know that? Just dumb shit like that.
Right.
And I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm an encyclopedia of useless knowledge. Like I'm a great trivia partner. Like when you go to Mellow Mushroom or whatever and you for trivia night,
right?
I'm the guy you want on your team. If you want to talk about what happened yesterday, don't fucking ask me because I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with me. Yeah, I feel like even in like the midterm, like 1-2 days ago, nothing. But then when you get up to like 3-4 months ago, I'll start like getting better detail about it.
Yeah. I mean, I love Space Mountain now, but when I was 5, it terrified me. Before you even got to the actual roller coaster, just when you were going through the little thing, I was like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people who are afraid of roller coasters, they're afraid of the part where it's like clicking up the track, not the actual drop.
Yeah.
That like anticipation, the click, click, click.
I love roller coasters now, but I am absolutely terrified of heights.
Really?
Even if we're watching something on TV and like somebody walks to the edge of a cliff and like looks over or is standing on the edge of a building on a TV or video or something, I'm like, my heart starts beating fast. I start having like a little mini panic attack. Yeah. I'm not afraid of many things in this world, but 2 things scare the ever loving shit out of me, and it's heights and sharks.
Interesting.
Fuck a shark. Fuck a shark, man. I mean, I've grown up and lived at the beach my whole life, but no, I don't fuck with sharks. I mean,
that's interesting.
I mean, I've lived in Florida at the beach my whole life.
Right.
You know, but just a couple weeks ago, there's like three consecutive shark attacks on the same day
Right.
at Pensacola Beach. Like
Yeah.
just sharks just munching people. And I'm in like ankle deep water. And I'm like,
Right.
oh hell no, I'm not going in that water. I'll fish in it all day long. I'll stand there and fish. I'm not getting in it.
Right. Yeah.
Because people get eaten in freaking ankle deep water.
Yeah. I think
Did
that'd be
you
pretty cool too, Randy.
what did Randy say? I missed that.
Who wants to get in a shark cage?
Oh no, hell fuck no. I'm not even getting on the boat that has the shark cage. No, fuck
I would
off.
definitely do that.
No, nope. So my wife thought it would be a great idea when we were on our honeymoon and we went to, I don't know, Smoky Mountains. And they have this hanging bridge or whatever that's got glass or something on it. And
Oh yeah.
oh my God. Like I'm like this is what you want to do on our honeymoon. And
That's
then
funny.
we rode on the freaking ski lift thing, and I hated that too. Like my eyes were closed. I'm like, this is miserable. I don't want yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't mind heights so much. I wouldn't want to do like bungee jumping or skydiving really. Actually, I probably would do it. I think I would be pretty nervous and get that like anxiety in your chest, but regular just walking on heights, that doesn't bother me. Looking down,
Yeah, no. That
but definitely don't
terrifies
think
me.
I'd want to jump.
And part of the reason I'm scared of sharks is because I've lived at the beach my whole life too. And I've seen pictures of, they have these little helicopter rides at the beach and or whatever. And there's literally all you have to do is just Google online Pensacola Beach aerial view or something, and you'll see people swimming in the water and literally freaking bull sharks and
Right.
tiger sharks that are absolutely vicious just yards away from them. Just
Yeah.
hell no, man. Them things are huge and mean.
Yeah.
The other thing too is the bull sharks will swim into the bay and up the rivers here.
Yeah.
Like
Right. Yeah, we don't. I mean, I live on the beach too, but we don't get that many shark attacks. It's pretty like newsworthy if there's a shark attack, and usually the person doesn't die,
yeah,
just severely injured. So
yeah. But you have, I mean, the Pacific, it's colder water, different
right,
sharks. We
exactly.
have that warm Gulf water, and the sharks just come right up to the freaking beach,
Yeah,
like literally.
exactly.
Um, yeah, it's different. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do any of that. Yeah, you gotta go on YouTube and watch. There's like some fishing videos of people fishing like on a river, and then a freaking bull shark just comes up. It's
Right.
insane. Yeah, that'll scare the shit out of you.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lake Michigan is shark free.
Hopefully that
You
we know
never
of.
know though.
Yeah,
You never know.
deep in Lake
Yeah.
Michigan, it's the last
What I
remaining.
always wonder is how bass get into little holding ponds, little overflow ponds,
Yeah.
like in neighborhoods and shit. Um, Here we call them holding ponds. Y'all know what I'm
Right.
talking about then. Like I wonder how they get there. It's not connected to any creek or any river where they could swim into those holding ponds. But some of the best fishing around here is to just find those little holding ponds in neighborhoods. They're full of bass.
Yeah.
And I know people don't stock it. So it just
Right.
makes me wonder how the hell they get in there. Birds is what I always thought. Like, do birds eat the eggs or eat the fish and like shit the
Just
eggs
drop
and
them
then
down. Yeah.
yeah, or drop them? It's got to be birds and eggs. Birds eat eggs, poop them out. Makes sense. That's what I
Yeah.
always thought. But like I've looked it up online and couldn't find a legitimate answer where people actually figured it out, but I figured that was the case.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I got to get out of here too.
Yeah, we're running way over on time this time.
Rambling on about.
But it was a fun show.
Shit.
Yeah, I like the random stuff.
Yeah, man. So next week, we're on my channel. We're gonna have another guest. We're gonna have Marine X on the show.
Yep.
You guys know Marine X. He's really more of an EDC than a knife guy, but he does know knives, and we're just gonna shoot the shit, and we're gonna talk about what Marine X has going on. So that's next week.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm glad. I've been trying to get him for a while now, and was finally able to get in touch with him, and he said, hell yeah, he would love to do the show. He's popped in a few times to the show.
Yeah, said, hey. Yeah, especially a lot of their earlier shows. He used to be in the chat every once in a while.
And I love his channel. I like his, I was talking to you about that. I like when he sits there and makes his little coffee and just talks about random shit. So,
exactly, okay.
Kicking in the goddamn door. That's him.
No, we gotta hit him up about some of those graphics he uses.
Yeah. He's got a pretty sweet setup. So
he does.
He'll be on the show next week, and we will catch you guys then. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Look for my cool Casio watch videos coming soon.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Thanks to the mods. I think all the mods were in the chat today, so thank you to all of them. Yep. Make sure to check them out too. And thanks for everyone who tuned in. Have a great week.
See y'all.